Britain, Australia, Canada and Portugal have now officially recognized Palestine as a state. And that's a big deal. Why? Because Britain and Canada just became the first G7 countries to take this step. That's not small. And now countries like France, Belgium, Luxembourg and Malta are also lining up to do the same at a major UN summit happening soon. But the big question is, what does this actually mean? Will this recognition change anything on the ground? Or is this just another political formality with no real impact? Let's break it down. I am Vishal Upadhyay and you're watching India TV. What is this recognition about? Back in 1988, the Palestinian leadership declared an independent state. Since then, over 145 countries have recognized Palestine as a state. That's nearly 3/4 of all UN member countries. This includes most of the Arab world, many African and Latin American countries, as well as big players like Russia, India and China. But here's the twist. Israel controls the West Bank and Gaza has been devastated by the war that began after Hamas' October 7, 2023 attack. So even with recognition, Palestine doesn't have full control over the territory it claims. So who doesn't recognize Palestine? At least 45 countries still don't recognize the Palestinian state. This group includes Israel, the United States, Japan, South Korea and many European countries like Germany and Italy. Europe is actually split almost 50-50 on this issue. The current Israeli government led by Netanyahu completely rejects the idea of a Palestinian state, and many powerful countries stick with that stance, citing political and security concerns. So what does recognition actually mean? Recognition is mostly symbolic and political. It's like saying yes, we believe Palestine meets the criteria to be a state, but it doesn't mean Palestine suddenly becomes a fully functioning independent country overnight. International law experts say recognition is a mix of politics and law, not a simple on-off switch. There is no official registry for countries recognizing Palestine, and no legal magic happens the moment a country says we recognize you. But why is it important? Because recognition puts Palestine and Israel on equal footing under international law, which changes the narrative and gives Palestine more diplomatic weight. So will this recognition change the situation on the ground? Honestly, probably not much, at least not right now. The conflict in Gaza and the West Bank is driven by deep-rooted political, military and security issues. Recognition from more countries adds pressure and symbolic support for Palestine, but it doesn't solve the occupation or the violence. The road to peace still depends on negotiations, compromises and real political will, not just on who recognizes whom. So while the headlines say Palestine recognized as a state, the real challenge, peace and justice, remains far from solved. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments. Till then, keep watching India TV for all the latest updates.